Hi guys, welcome back to 100% Mags. So I want to start off this video by saying a massive thank you to Newcastle United owners and the social media team for what was a very touching tribute that they have put up on the NUFC Twitter timeline. Of course, they've put up a very touching tribute to the late John Alder and Liam Sweeney, two die-hard Newcastle United fans that sadly perished on the flight MH17 on their way to a pre-season friendly in Australia. Of course, it was a tragedy that will be remembered forever in the hearts of us Newcastle United fans. Two die-hard Newcastle United fans just going to support their club, and they perish, in a very horrible tragedy. Of course, to all of the lives also lost on that flight as well. The tribute is very poignant. I will play the tribute on this video, of course, so you can see it, but credit goes to Newcastle United for what is a very touching tribute. Something we would have never seen under the previous ownership, as that guy, as we know, did not care about us Newcastle United fans, but these owners, you can see by this tribute, they care. They know what Newcastle United is, and we have landed on with VTR with some absolutely fantastic owners. Now, I know I'm getting emotional, but you will see why in a moment when you see the video. But without further ado, I'll end the yabba from me and get straight to showing you the video. Then, of course, we will go on to the next topics of today's video. So here it is, the tribute from Newcastle United.
A Malaysian Airlines jet flying from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur appears to have been shot down.
The aircraft with 298 people on board had been flying from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur on the 17th of July 2014.
28-year-old Liam was travelling with fellow Newcastle United supporter John Alder to watch the team play in New Zealand.
Profound condolences of both clubs and the people of New Zealand go out to the families and friends of John and Liam.
As you can see, like I said, it is a very poignant tribute to Newcastle United fans, two die-hard Newcastle United fans in John Alder and Liam Sweeney, two fans that followed Newcastle United around the world and perished in doing so in an absolutely horrible act of violence put upon just a single passenger plane. And of course, Newcastle putting out a very brilliant tribute there. And long may this continue. This shows, that these owners care about us Newcastle United fans. They care, what this club means to us fans. And that tribute right there, shows it all. But we'll get now to the next topic of the video, which is, of course, talking about the upcoming game against Manzo 5, which, of course, I'll give you my thoughts about that. And, of course, we'll talk about the other topics as well going around Newcastle United today. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, of course, Newcastle United take on none other than Mans 05 tomorrow in yet another pre-season friendly game. We've already won 2 in a row in pre-season so far. Of course, a 5-1 win against Gateshead behind closed doors at Darcy Park, and a 3-0 win out in Austria against 1860 Munich. Now, we go into this game on Monday against Manzo 5 Bundesliga outfit, and this is going to be a much tougher game. Now, of course, I hope we can come away from this one with a win as well and continue this win streak that we're currently on at the moment in pre-season. Builds the momentum going into this season ahead for the brand new season. And, looking at the players as well, they've been absolutely amazing. The players have been working their asses off out there in Austria, and they've been there for a little while now, and they're looking fitter and fitter every day. We're seeing stuff being put up as well on social media pages from that trip out in Austria. They are putting up all sorts of different stuff. We've seen fun activities from them going around on a go-kart and track being put up on the social media pages, which is nice to see. This is something that we haven't seen under the previous regime, and we're seeing it now, under these brand new owners, and we're seeing, this team bonding as well. This is something that is a brilliant thing to see, because it helps the players to be able to build them relationships between each other, which is fantastic to see, because it helps when we get out there on the field as well. This, as proven with the games that we've already played against Gateshead behind closed doors, the game against 1860 Munich as well, you can see that players, look fitter as well, running around the pitch, as I've said already. And, now we're seeing Sven Botman coming out, talking about Newcastle fans as well. He's put out a comment to, of course, Newcastle's official media outlets. And of course, he said, "It's always nice to know that they are there behind you. I have heard so many good stories about them. I'm so excited to see them in the stadium. I heard also that the friendlies against Atlanta and Athletic Club are already almost filling up, which they have sold out them games now, from what I've heard of. Them games are now complete and are sellouts." And of course, he continues on to say, "It's crazy. I'm just excited about what's coming." Of course, talking about Newcastle's fans, and he's so excited, to play his first game at St James's Park, as you can see by them comments, made by him there, that he's really excited to get going in the Premier League. He's really excited to play his first game in a black and white shirt in front of us Geordies at St James's Park. And, I really do hope the lad can show more of what he showed in that game against 1860 Munich, because he was absolutely composed. It literally looked like he'd been playing for Newcastle United for years. He was that composed. Eddie Howe as well even talked about it. He was saying that he was a very, very composed player. He looks very laid back as well, and he's been fun, to be around in the training ground at Austria, and he'll be another great acquisition to our, team moving forward under these owners, which I've got to say we've brought in some brilliant talent since these owners have come in, and, long may it continue as well. The window still isn't over yet. We've got right the way till the 1st of September, so there's a long time yet to be able to get even more signings in, but there's still talk of Moussa Diaby being looked at. There's talk of Marco Asensio being looked at as well, but the Hugo Ekitike one is dead and finished now, well and truly, as the news came out yesterday that he had signed a deal to go on loan to PSG for the season, with, of course, an option to buy in there, and that means that now, he is going to be sitting on the bench at PSG. If he gets any game time, remains to be seen on that one, but he had the choice to come to Newcastle United. We were paying money as well to bring him to Newcastle United, and Rams have took a deal, for Hugo Ekitike to go on loan with an option to buy PSG. That is just absolutely crazy in itself that they've agreed that. Newcastle were actually talking about a loan deal with an option to buy for Hugo Ekitike as well before we fitted in for, to pay the money for the player. And, they didn't want to sell Newcastle on loan with an option to buy, but they choose now PSG with an option to buy. It makes no sense on that deal whatsoever. It's just been a complete and utter waste of time for us Newcastle United fans. But like I said many times already, we'll move on from that deal. That's dead, finished, done, and we'll move on and we'll go and see, if we can bring in some other players elsewhere. There's talk of Ivan Toney as well coming from a few media outlets as well, saying that Ivan Toney could be on his way to Newcastle United. But another one that we are seeing today talked about yet again is Jack Harrison of Leeds United. Now, this is coming from the Northern Echo, and they're saying that Newcastle will have to pay 35 million to get Jack Harrison from Leeds United, but Leeds are adamant they don't want to sell after already losing Phillips and Raphinha. But of course, that is a different story. That is coming from Jesse Marsh, who said, of course, that if the offer does come in, then they will have no choice but to sell the player, or at least listen to the offers. But the Northern Echo are saying that Leeds are adamant they do not want to sell Jack Harrison after losing Calvin Phillips and Raphinha. And of course, we're young lads, we're under 21s, were in action yesterday. And they kicked off their pre-season campaign with an impressive 2-1 win against La Liga side Elche CF yesterday evening, of course, out in Spain. And the goals came from Michael and Dewini, and of course Joe White scoring the goals in the game. And I've got to say, well done to the lads. You know, Elche are no slouches. They finished 13th place in La Liga last season. So for all under 21 lads to go into that game and come away 2-1 winners against a La Liga side who finished 13th place, that shows you, you know, the quality that we have in our under 21s already. And that, you know, was a few players in there from players that had joined the club in this window, you know, and there was no Charlie MacArthur though, from what I could see in the lineup in that game. There was Santi in there from, of course, last season when we brought him in on the loan deal, and he's still here, of course, on the loan deal as well. We haven't signed him on a permanent yet, from what I can see, but he played in the game as well. But goals coming from Michael and Dewini and Joe White to, of course, secure the win for Newcastle in that game for our under 21 lads. So impressive performance by them. Well done to the lads, you know, and long may their performances continue. Hopefully they'll have a successful season this time around. And as for the lasses, they are in action today against Loughborough Lightning Football as they play their first away game of the pre-season, as Becky Langley's side take on Loughborough Lightning Football in an away game. So, you know, good luck to the lasses today. Hopefully they can, you know, get a good win in this first away game on the road in the pre-season build up to the 22-23 season for the women, and hopefully, you know, they will have a successful season as well this season. But let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, remember to like, share, subscribe to 100% Mags. Also, we're seeing comments coming from as well Bruno about Newcastle United, talking again once again about the Champions League, where he wants to see Newcastle United be as well, which is great to see. It's great to see that all the players, you know, are pulling in the right direction. The owners are pulling in the right direction. Us fans are also pulling in the right direction with these games being sellouts before they've even went on sale, which is absolutely crazy. You know, it's nice to see the team thriving once again, and it's nice to see, you know, that the club is going places unlike we were under the past, you know, 14-15 years under Mike Ashley at the club. We are now finally thriving and going in a new direction, going in the right direction. But let us know your thoughts anyway down in the comments below about everything said in this video today. And if you can, please hit a like on the video, as it does help the channel to grow. It does help the channel to reach a wider audience as well. And it also helps, of course, is get them watch time hours up as well. I'm 623 watch hours away from hitting the 4,000 watch hours milestone, which will, of course, help us get into the YouTube partner program, which will, of course, help grow the channel and allow us to be able to push this channel to new heights. I want to try and get to a new level, and of course I do appreciate all the support that is shown to the channel as well on a daily basis and over these past 5 years as well. There's been some fantastic support by you guys, supporting the channel, some great comments, some great advice as well on what you want to see on the channel as well. So it's absolutely amazing, you know, to see this kind of support coming to the channel. It's great to see you know, our beloved Newcastle United as well thriving once again, and it's going to be interesting to see, you know, what happens in this 22-23 campaign. But anyway, let us know your thoughts on everything I've said in this video today, and I'll see you all next time. Oh well, lads.